In this video, we're going to learn about making visual representations for categorical data. So visual representations are charts, graphs, pictures that describe a data set. And we're specifically talking now about categorical data. So think to yourself, okay, well, what are all the graphs they use to represent the different statistics and different categorical data? Well, the first one we learned about was a pie chart. So in order to insert a chart on Google Sheets, I go to Insert, Chart. And then I normally have to select what type of chart I want. So I can scroll down here and I can say I want a pie chart. And then I have to put in my data range. Where does my data live? Well, on this sheet, my data starts in cell B4, and it goes all the way to B219. Now you notice an error message. In this scenario, I need to press aggregate and have it aggregate to all of the data. And look, I've got a beautiful pie chart that illustrates all the responses to this categorical question. It was yes or no. But you might be noticing an error. You see how it says yes for 56.1%, and then it says no for 36.4%? And then it says no again. Think to yourself, why would it be doing that? Well, the issue is we made a mistake when we were entering our data. If you remember, your teachers talked to you about being really careful with when you enter data about how you enter in terms of spelling, in terms of not putting an extra space after. And what I'm betting is that these 7.5% of no's have to do with either there being a space after the word no, or the N not being capitalized. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find this right now, and you can watch how I might do that. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to search for no's that have a space. So I press Control F, and I type in the word no. You can see there's 83 instances of it. But what if I have a no with a space in it? Right? Well, that never happened. Let's say there was, in fact, one right here. You can see, you can find this. You can see that mistake, right? And I could change it. So it looks like the issue is the no's with lowercase. So I'm going to press those three dots, and I'm going to say find the word no and match that case. And if I press find, we're going to see there's actually a bunch of instances of it. So what's really neat is I can actually use replace all. So I can replace that no, and since the case is matched, I want to replace it with a capital N. I press replace all, and it's had 15 instances. I press done, and look at that. My pie chart is fixed. So now I've created a pie chart of this categorical data. So as you can see on your guided notes, we've talked about the different types of charts we use for categorical data, right? We just talked about pie charts and how to make them. Next, we're going to talk about bar graphs. The vertical axis most often will show the frequency, right? How many times that thing occurs. On Google Sheets, they use a different name. They call a bar graph, they call it a column chart. So if we go to a new different sheet, we're going to learn how to make a column chart or a bar graph using Google Sheets. So like before, I go to Insert, press Chart, and this time, well, it created a pie chart for me, but let's say I want to use a different chart. I can use a column chart. Right? It looks like this. And my data in this, let's check here, is from B4 all the way to B93. And you can see it has made this chart for us. Let's check. And it looks like it's pretty good, except there's one response here that I'm not sure, so I'll have to investigate. Why does it say a response? But you can see we could have created a bar graph that shows the frequency of the different modes of travel. And we're looking to see if there's a response here. That's if someone literally typed the word response. So I bet in our thing, it says B3. Yep. The issue here is when counting our data, it says B1 to B93. Well, B1, 2, and 3 are not part of our data. So we need to correct it to be B4. all the way through B93. And what should happen is that response button should go away. And it does. So I corrected my formula, and now I've created an accurate bar graph for my data set. And then the last representation of categorical data is frequency. And there's already seen that video on how to build frequency tables. Ask your teacher if you're not sure where to find it.